Welcome, everyone. I'm Darrius Robinson. I'm one of the directors of BIC's Red Team Development Program, and I am extremely excited to be here today to be able to reveal our fall cohort. Before we begin, let's talk a little bit about our history. So feel free to read the slide, but in a nutshell, we all know that there tends to be a lack of diversity all throughout the cybersecurity industry. And so as a result, we're here to bridge that gap. And we do that a couple of different ways. So one way is by sharing information and resources. So if you're not a member, I highly recommend joining and gaining access to our Discord. We have members from all over the world and at all levels of expertise. And we do a really good job of networking and building each other up. And another way we bridge the gap is by providing opportunities to members to develop their skills, whether it's via study group sessions, CTFs, conferences, or in this case, official cohorts, in which we're able to provide opportunities for members to receive world-class certifications at pretty much no cost. So once again, just also we're going to, I kind of want to introduce our team here a little bit. So like I said, I'm Darrius. I'm a penetration tester focused specifically on web apps. We also have Nicholas Scoburn. He is my co-director as well. You may know him as Darth Vader, and he also is in charge of our SRT program. So if you saw that video yesterday, you met him. We also have RJ, who's going to be helping us out. He's going to be crucial to the success of our cohort this fall. And then we also have Arthur, who pretty much does it all. So definitely, everyone here today that's live and everyone that's on the slides, man, we couldn't do what we do if it wasn't for each and every one of us. So, thank you guys. Thank you, you guys. So I want to talk a little bit about BIC's culture. So while we're all about bridging the gap, what we found over time is that engagement leads to excellence. And so we're all about contributing back to our communities. And we find that in doing so, that tends to lead to success. And so just a reminder for all members who are here, you're expected to follow our code of conduct, which includes contributing to the community, and that periodically we will purge members. Awesome. So let's get to the reason why we're all here, and that's going to be the fall cohort. So the team and I, we worked really hard to curate this program, and as a result, we've made a few changes to increase engagement and to ensure that members have everything that they need to succeed. So one of the first changes you may have noticed is that we reduced the numbers of levels from our spring cohort from 4 to 2. And also, all of the certifications this time around will be from one of our partners, I&E. And so in doing so, we hope this is going to streamline the process as members go from level 1 all the way up to level 3. So this time around, level 1, we're going with the EJPT. And so this level is meant more so for beginners. So if you have little to no experience, this is the perfect level for you. And those accepted, like I said, we're going to sit for the EJPT, which is a great entry level pen testing certification. For level 2, those are for those with a little bit of experience. So if you've been pen testing for a little while, or if you're active on Hack the Box or Try Hack Me, or if you sat through levels 0 or level 1 of the spring cohort or the fall cohort, I think you'll find that this is the appropriate level for you. And those in that level will be sitting for the ECPPT. And then finally, level 3, those are for those with significant levels of experience. So if you have years of experience with pen testing, or if you already have a couple of pen testing certs, or if you find yourself, completing new challenges on Try Hack Me or Hack the Box without assistance, then you may find that this is the level appropriate for you. And those in that level will be sitting for the ECPTX. So as we mentioned, we've made a couple of different changes, and one of the main changes is what we expect from those who are accepted into this round of the cohort. Uh, and so one is that we're going to now be requiring 2 hours of volunteering a month for the duration of the cohort. So that's going to be a total of 6 hours. Um, and so currently, volunteerism will be in the form of one, leading a study group session at your level. So if you're accepted into the level 1 cohort, you're going to be expected to at least lead one of the study sessions for your group. And then the other way you can volunteer is by participating in a CTF alongside our CTF team. And we believe that by having this requirement, members will be more engaged, which, like I said earlier, leads to more excellence. So for those accepted, we will grant you access to a sign-up sheet to determine, when you'll be leading your study session. So just to kind of recap and, give everyone the overview, we plan on starting November 1st. So the application turnaround is going to be relatively quick. So we highly recommend, being ready. We're going to end on January 31st. And so what this means is that you are expected to go through all the material and sit for your exam by that date. It's going to be crucial that you do so because a failure to do so may prevent you from accessing BIC programs in the future. Overall, we're going to accept a total of 30 members into the cohort. So it's going to be a little bit more competitive this time around than it was in the spring. And applications will essentially consist of 2 phases. So we're going to open up the application today. So go ahead and apply, select what level that you are interested in, and then expect to receive an email within these upcoming weeks to basically go ahead and take care of the technical assessment of the application process as well. Each level will have different requirements. Awesome. So before we get to this, I want to briefly just open up the floor for a Q&A. Does anyone have any questions? I think I see one right now. What if you already volunteer with BIC? Does that count towards the volunteer hours? If you do already volunteer with BIC, this is going to be a case where you need to communicate with either me, Arthur, Nick, or RJ, and we can assess that on a case-by-case basis. Let's see. Do we have any other questions? We'll give you guys a couple more minutes. Yep. And thank you for posting the link. So for those interested, the link to join this fall Red Team Development Program cohort is now up. So you should be able to apply. Yep. So, Robert, yes, this cohort is 100% free. The only requirements are one, you have to be a member of BIC. So, if you're not, I would highly recommend going to our website and filling that form out um, as quickly as possible. And then the other requirement is, you have to apply as well as get through the technical assessment as well. Let's see. So, another question we have, are retakes available for the exam? Um, yes. So you actually get two attempts for the exam, no matter the level. All we ask is that you at least attempt one of your certification attempts by the 31st. Let's see. Do the certifications rotate between the fall and spring? Is it the same each time? So that is to be determined. So what essentially moving forward, we're going to assess how the success of each cohort, and so based on that, we'll make changes. So next time around in the spring, we may continue to go with INE and keep it like this. I think I really like this format. Like I said, we really think by having the same vendor, it's really going to streamline the education process as you go through the levels. But in the future, that may change. Let's see. I think we have another question as well. So the requirements for each level, that's going to be included. Yes, that's going to be included in the details of the assessment. So, like I said, level one, if you have no experience, I recommend aiming for that one. Level two, if you have some experience, and then level three, if you have significant experience. That's that's kind of how I recommend the levels. And each technical assessment for each level reflects the difficulty of the course. Something else that I'd like to mention, because I know we get asked a couple of different times, is it doesn't matter where you're at. So whether you're in the U.S. or not, you're still eligible for this course as well, for the cohort as well. Let's see. After we pass level one, can we join the next cohort? Yeah, you certainly can. So that's kind of the idea behind this. Is we'll basically have the cohort multiple times throughout the year. So let's say you do level one in the fall. When we open up the cohort next year, we really want you to join level two. We want to see you grow with us, and as you go throughout all the levels.
One thing I want to add to that question is that, let's say you are a particularly motivated individual, and keep in mind this is a 3 month cohort, but let's say you enroll in level one and you KO all the material and you're able to pass the EJPT within 1 month, then it's definitely within the realm of reason for you to immediately move on to level two, and even three if your dedication drives you that far. But we're definitely not limiting members during this cohort. So if you really think that you can knock out three certifications in 3 months, we are here to support you.
Let's see. So if you're going to be writing for the EJPT certification, can I join the ECPTT instead? So you're free to, like I said, we're not limiting the levels all that much. So if you want to apply for level two, go ahead, feel free to. Um, I will say though that with the applications, we do take a couple of different things into consideration when it comes to those who apply. So yes, there's a technical assessment, but in the application, there's also you also have the ability to upload any relevant certifications, and so we do kind of take that into account when it comes to who we select for which level. But you're free to apply to whichever level you feel eligible for. Let's see here. You have multiple certifications, and you're wondering if you could sit for the ECPPT V2. Yes, yeah, I think with those certifications, And if you have, a little bit of experience, I think level 2 would be perfect for you. In fact, realistically, you could even try for level 3 if you feel really confident in your abilities. So I think that if you're preparing for the Security Plus, we have BIC resources dedicated specifically to that. Um, are there a few things that you could pick up through the Red Team cohort that relate to Security Plus? Kind of, but the focus of the Security Plus is a lot different than the focus for these pen testing certs. So it's not 100% overlap. I would recommend if you're going for that, utilize some of the other BIC resources as well.
One additional thing I wanted to mention here is I'm sure many of you have heard that INE is actually in the midst of rolling out the EJPT Volume 2. And I know we didn't mention the Volume 2 on our exam slate. However, rest assured that if you enroll in the BIC Red Team Development program here, and the Volume 2 of the EJPT is released, your voucher will be able to be redeemed for that level 1 or level 2. Um, so that won't be an issue at all.
So the resources will be coming directly from INE. So we worked really hard to develop these relationships with various with various vendors, and so they are graciously working alongside us and providing all the resources we need for our members to pass. Yep. So would level 1 be equivalent to the Pen Test Plus? That's kind of what we're going for. What we found, one of the things we found during the spring cohort is a lot of the material overlaps. And, honestly, the EJPT and the Pen Test Plus, they're both beginner level certifications, which is why we decided to kind of consolidate into one level.
I do want to add on that one though that keep in mind the Pen Test Plus is a multiple choice exam, where the EJPT is all hands on.
Yep.
So all this, every exam in this exam slate, you're going to actually have an environment where you have to compromise machines. Um, so yeah, just a little bit different. I feel like more skill application, but I agree, definitely both entry level certifications.
Awesome. Well, if you do have any more questions, feel free to reach out to us via Discord or via email. I do want to briefly talk about the fact that we do have a couple of volunteer roles to fill. If you're looking to join the Red Team Development Program team, we're currently looking for a CTF coordinator. So if you have experience building CTF challenges, or if you don't have any experience and you've always been interested in wondering, what does it take to put together a CTF, please reach out. Please join. Our CTF guys have a really good time, and I think you'll gain a lot of experience, specifically in building infrastructure and things of that nature. And then we're also looking for a BIC knock manager. So if you have some knock or SOC experience and you are interested and assisting with leading um, the future of soon to be SOC and knock analyst, definitely please reach out. You'll get a chance to lead a team of interns and really give back to your community. Um, See, we have a couple more questions. Is there a limited number of slots? Yes. So we are taking a total of 30 members for the entire cohort. Are these certifications lifetime or do they have to be renewed? That is an excellent question. I don't know the answer for that one off the top of my head. Does anyone else know?
Yeah, that's just general certification information that is available on INE's website. So I definitely recommend everybody on this stream, go on over to INE or eLearn Security to learn more about the particulars of each certification.
Let's see. If I am already on INE and preparing for EJPT, if accepted, can those resources go to someone else? So um, Devon, if you're already a member, if you could reach out to me on Discord, we can talk about that a little bit more in depth on a one-on-one basis. Cool. All right. Well, and lastly, before we go, please be sure to follow us on all platforms to ensure you stay in the loop on all things BIC. Thank you guys for having us.